Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, 10 years of keeping your world beautiful. We'll learn more about the variety of services offered at Topscape Landscaping, including patios, gardens, and even commercial snow removal.
Plus, a rare chance to see world-class art without leaving the Quad Cities. We'll step inside the Figgy's Golden Age exhibition and hear how these masterpieces made their way from the National Gallery of Art.
And the Bummer City Birthday Party is back. We'll get details on this popular annual event, along with food and drink specials for September that you won't want to miss.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Plus, of course, more of what you need to know about auto liability insurance, and that's coming up in our financial moment with Heidi.
Yeah, we got a good show today. You're watching Quad Cities Live. It's Thursday, September 4th. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kyle Keel.
I'm Morgan Otier. A stunning photo documentary is launching this October worldwide that not only captures the massive engineering effort it took to bring the new I-74 bridge to life, it's also a tribute to the workers who built it.
Yeah, that's right. With more than 2,000 photographs, interviews, and personal stories, this new book is also a gift to all of us in the Quad Cities. Joining us now is Tammy Mutka, the historian and photographer behind the book Building Bridges. Tammy, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, if you remember Tammy, maybe you don't, but if you do, I did a story with her back in 2021 when the bridge actually opened, and at the end of it, I shared that she had planned on writing a book, and here we are almost 4 years later. And this book's about to go worldwide.
I remember that story.
Yes, yeah. It was one of my favorite stories that I've covered because as a Quad Cityan, I mean, this bridge is huge for us. It was a big deal, a long time in the making, and now you've got a book about it. So we're going to get much more details on the book here, but let's talk about how you really have had this lifelong interest and fascination with the architecture and the bridges.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, living along the Mississippi, I think everyone has that fascination, but the bridges hold something special in my heart.
Why do you think that is?
Well, my grandfather helped build one of the first spans of the I-74.
Really? So cool.
So I've always been interested in bridges. I don't know if it comes from him or the architecture with my dad and some of the things that he brought me up and we looked at. So
I know you've probably had these conversations in the past with Kyle, but what inspired you to really take on this project? I mean, we've got the book here right between us. It is a large piece of work. What really got you to go, okay, it's time, I want to do this, I'm going to take this on?
So actually, I had a Facebook page and I was posting photos periodically of them building the bridge.
Okay.
I was just fascinated on my own and got to know so many people down along the shore and so many of the workers. And the Facebook people kept saying, hey, you've got this whole bridge, you have to do a book on this. So finally I looked at, you know, what did I have, and I really did have it back to the very beginning and had information that a lot of other people might not have had. So I decided to do it as a tribute to the people who made that bridge happen.
Wow.
And that's kind of the approach you took. Obviously it's about the photos of the bridges, but it's about those people right there, the workers.
Yeah, the workers. It started out all about the workers, and then as I got farther into research, it became about some of the people too that spent 30 years of their lives working to see that this bridge occurred. So I expanded it a little and put in the history back to 1906 and the Bridge Act, and then the history of the original bridge, and then everything it took in order to have this bridge built. So the environmental studies and things like that.
Wow, so a ton of research and extensive work on that. We were just seeing some photos on the screen, and those ones really are some of my favorites. I had seen many of your photos on Facebook before even knowing that you were putting together a book. I think a lot of people across the Quad Cities did, and those ones really struck a chord, I think, with people because they're so harrowing. Like looking at these folks that are they're doing their jobs, but they are hundreds and hundreds of feet up in the air, in like the danger of it all. So we've got some more popping up on the screen in case you're at home and you missed some of them. So with thousands of photos, I believe I read more than 2,000 photos that are in the book. So that is just what made it into the book. So roughly how many do you think that you took, and how'd you narrow it down?
That's a tough job, right?
So yes, to narrow it down, I just went through and threw in any that I liked in the beginning, but I would say maybe 70 to 90,000. I'm not really sure. There were some days I took 1,000 photos.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, you talked about the history of the bridges, you know, and it really, we get the story behind some of these people, because a lot of them have a history with the original bridges as well, who got to work on the new bridge.
Yes, yeah, there were people that actually came out of retirement in order to work on that bridge, that their very first bridge was the original I-74, and they wanted that to be their last.
And those stories are in this book.
Mentioned periodically, different things,
Yeah.
and a lot of families that work together, fathers, sons, and
I love that.
yeah, it's amazing, the stories.
As a photographer, what about this entire project stood out to you the most? Are there favorite types of photos that you like to take, or was it just speaking to different people?
So initially it was all about the construction, and then once I started getting to know some of the people, during COVID, a lot of people weren't able to come out to see the construction, and then I was getting contacted by a lot of family members that said, I don't get to see my spouse, you know, and the only way we see them is through your photos. So then I started posting like 80 photos several days a week.
Wow.
So it was really, I love the candid photos.
Yep.
And
those
the
always
workers,
make the best photos, yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah, so obviously, you know, along the river, we deal with challenges such as the flooding. Also, during this whole process of the deconstruction and the construction of the bridge, we had that COVID-19 pandemic.
Like
so
you mentioned,
what kind of hurdles did you have to do to get past that with your documentation?
Actually, I didn't have a lot of hurdles because we were able to go out.
Yeah.
So you were able to go out, you just had to keep distancing.
Sure.
So I did that. Most of the workers actually weren't able to do that during the construction.
Yeah.
But you just kept going.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's just so crazy to think about it, like you mentioned, Kyle, that there's just so many major life events, especially that, I mean, some that of course impacted the entire world, but some that really impacted us in the Quad Cities, and you were putting this together through all of those huge events, which I think is you know, really incredible. All of that really has an impact on something of this nature. One thing I was reading about you is you prefer to share images that come straight from the camera, that are unedited. Why is that your philosophy? Because
I work a full-time job Monday through Friday at a computer, so I don't want to spend any time on the computer.
Okay.
And
fair enough.
I don't even own the software to do the editing. So, but I've always been a purist where you can create the photo in the camera. You can go back a different day for different lighting. And if I'm really trying to document history, which I consider myself a historical photographer, then we have storms, we have shadows, we have light, we have, you know, different things that occur with the photos. And I like that because it's real.
And with that comes your small business, Raw Images, Art and Photography. We've been showing you some images here, or I guess some shots of some of these products here, because you have your own little booth at the farmer's market where you sell these images on many different canvases.
Yes, I do. Canvases, mostly matted prints. However, they don't really show up in cellophane on TV, so I didn't bring any of those. But magnets, stickers, all kinds of different things.
Quad City landmarks, so it's more than just the bridges. I mean, you're a big eagle watcher as well.
And trains.
And trains.
I'm known as the train lady, and I'm known as the bridge lady.
I love that. So we know we can find you at the farmer's market, not only during the summer months, but indoors, correct, on weekends?
So I have some of the magnets and stickers and some of the books that are indoors at Market to Go. And then I'm at the summer market, which runs May through October on Saturdays outside.
Perfect.
Okay, and on your screen right now, we've got some other places that you have your artwork, including areas like the Village, over in LeClaire, as well as out at the Hometown Collective in Geneseo. And of course, we're talking about building bridges. Where can we purchase this book?
So right now it is available online through my printer, which is Book Baby. And if you just Google it, it actually comes up. Effective. I also have it on Saturdays at the farmer's market with me, and then I have some indoors at the farmer's market. So if you go on a Sunday, you could get it indoors. And then October 1st, it's available on Amazon. It'll be BarnesandNoble.com, Walmart.com.
That's awesome. I saw it was available last night per pre-order. So you
it is available for pre-order right right now.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
I know you've worked really, really hard on this for sure. So be sure to follow Tammy on Facebook as well at rawimagesartandphotography.com. Tammy, thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you so
and
much.
Congrats on the book finally.
Thank
All right,
you.
well, just ahead on QCL, Bummer City is packed with flavor and fun this September. From dollar burgers and line dancing to craft cocktails, see what's available for you to enjoy next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
It is always a good time to check out what's new at Bummer City businesses rather, and September is no exception, if I can speak.
That's right. From delicious food and drink specials to live entertainment, line dancing, even the return of the Bummer Birthday Bash. There is something for everyone to enjoy. And here to give us this inside scoop on all the can't miss happenings this month is Dan Bush. Dan, welcome back. Thanks for being here. Why? We're a hot mess.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. We're all over the place
Maybe
right now.
make us nervous. I don't know. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you.
So many things to talk about.
Yeah.
I want to start with your September features because you guys do a great job across all Bummer City businesses of doing different features. So starting with Late Rider, one of your newest.
Oh yeah, so we have a chicken chorizo potato bowl.
Oh,
Okay.
It's got pico, it's got corn salsa, got a little bit of spice to it. If you're looking to cut out the bread this fall, get ready for the holidays, this is a great option.
Yeah.
I've already had it twice, and we just started the month. I got to test it before the month started, but it is that
tough
delicious.
job. Someone's got to do it though, right?
Yeah.
All right, so over at Armored Gardens, this is what you brought us today.
yeah.
You've got the smoked pulled pork mac and cheese.
They really outdid. This is the opposite. So this is this is not going to save on the calories. However, it is so delicious, and with every purchase, it comes with a free nap.
A free nap. Okay.
Absolutely. You're going
Good
to want
to
a
know.
nap after this one. Maybe not a lunch food, but a great dinner option.
Yeah.
It's got pulled pork that we make in-house. It has a barbecue sauce we make in-house. We took a crouton dust and we kind of crumbled it on top and we baked it. A little bit of jalapeno. It's really good.
I see 3 forks.
Yeah. I think you guys should go for it.
Okay.
Trying it. All right.
All right, we're
With the
going to ask
jalapeno
you
inside.
while we're trying it, because our mouths will be full, about
Look
the drink
at
special
this.
you have going on at Devon's.
Yeah. So that one's called the Teaches of Peaches.
Okay.
And that one has peach and lemon and egg white. Anytime there's egg white in a cocktail, if you haven't had it, it sounds weird if you haven't had it, but if you have, you'll know why. It just gets it creamy. It's uber delicious, and this is just a really great thing. It also has kind of like an acid-adjusted peach, so they kind of cranked up the acidity a little bit just to give it a different flavor.
It looks beautiful.
It photographs great, but it tastes even better.
Yeah, well, the egg white thing too. I mean, that's kind of like just an age-old mixologist thing. Like they've been putting egg whites in cocktails for a long time.
Oh yeah,
right? Yeah, they're
absolutely.
good.
Yeah,
They're good. I've had a few.
That's also good as well.
Yeah, this is amazing.
It's got a lot of nice flavor, a lot of spice to it as well.
Double dip.
Double dip on it.
A little bit. The next one is Take Cover.
Yeah, Take Cover. You've got a nice
love that
drink
spot.
special as well.
Yeah, so that one is called Rye of the Storm. And it has cantaloupe. It has cucumber juice.
Ooh.
We're just getting weirder and weirder with the cocktails. So it's got a lot of different flavors in it, but it's got that kind of fruity, light flavor. And also in October, it will be our 1-year anniversary.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Already. Wow.
We're trying to figure out what we're doing for it. But
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Big.
That is such a special spot.
It's been a really fun year. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, all right, so we've got more happenings that are happening, obviously. Late Rider, you mentioned this last time you were here. You got the dollar burgers. Is this daily now?
Daily, first 90 minutes, we sell our burger for. We think our burger's that good. We think that we have one of, if not the best burger in the Quad Cities. And we want as many people to try as we can.
Gotta get out and try it.
So we open at 4 on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We open at noon on Saturday, Sunday. If you come in the first 90 minutes, you can get a burger for $1.
Remind me too, can you take like kids there?
Absolutely, kids are welcome until 8:30.
Oh, okay, perfect.
And really, we want to be known for our food. I mean, we have a 4.8 on Google right now, which for a restaurant is super high for anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's because the level of the food and the team are so great. I definitely hope that people come to check this place out because I think it's the place that at Bummer City we're most proud of.
That's great.
Okay,
and
great, yeah.
on top of that, you offer free line dancing lessons. So grab a burger, stick around for line dancing. You can learn a new skill.
Yeah, so Mahalia is from Pleasant Valley.
Oh, great.
She's part of Ballet Quad Cities. She has a strong dance background and just makes it fun. I have no dance experience.
Same.
And you don't need it. Zero experience necessary. It's completely free.
Yeah.
7:30 to 9:30 every Wednesday, and then Saturday from 6 to 8. And that's also all ages. So if you want to take your daughter down.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, she would love.
Oh, she would love it.
That. Yeah.
She'd love the line dancing. So you've also got a DJ that's there, Tom X, DJ Tom X, every Saturday at 9.
Every Saturday at 9. He just started this past week. Super great guy. And then karaoke is coming. Since we're closing Analog, we're going to bring over.
Okay.
And we have an employee. His name is Steven. He's a bar back. And one time we had our karaoke host call in, and he jumped in last minute. He's truly the best karaoke host in the history of the Quad Cities.
Don't you love when that happens?
He's unbelievable. We just had a work party, and he hosted the karaoke, and it was like the greatest party we've ever had.
I can't wait for karaoke.
Everyone loves a good karaoke night, right?
I cannot wait. You know, we run with some of the same group of friends, and we can't miss a karaoke. We love karaoke, so this looks like a new spot to go and do that. Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Also can't wait for Bummer Birthday. It's a big annual birthday bash, of course. It's coming up September 27th. Is this the event where you have the dog fashion
The Devon's Dog Show.
Yeah.
Yes, I think we saw at the top of the show, we saw a nice little preview of that.
It's the most important thing we do all year. Yeah, so I mean, basically there is a slew of events that happen all morning, all day, all night. Starting at Armored Gardens, we basically reached out to our brewery partners and asked, do you have anything in your archives that you've been kind of hanging on to that's an experimental batch or a collaboration that you just don't really see? And so we're getting a bunch of different kind of beer that will be new to try, along with the breakfast.
Oh.
Then we have screen printing. I'm actually wearing the sweatshirt.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah,
I love the color too.
So our partners in our city, they're some of our best friends, and they basically, if you bring a blank T-shirt or a blank sweatshirt, you can bring it, and they'll put one of 4 designs on it that you get to pick for free.
Very cool.
Otherwise, you can buy a blank for $10. And then here's the dog show. The dog show.
Boxer.
We always have to cap it every year. There's usually around 27 or 28 participants. It is hosted by local legend Chris Schlichting, as I'm sure you both know.
Oh, we're big fans.
And hosted by our favorite local soda, Thirsty Vaquero. If you haven't had one, definitely worth a try. And that happens in the afternoon, and that is the show that you absolutely can't miss.
Yeah, it is hilarious.
So if someone wants to get their dog in, do they have time to do that, or is it already capped off?
If you're going to sign up, you got to sign up quick. So it's on our website, bummercity8.com. King Nubbin has since passed. So we're
so sweet.
Oh, we're gonna miss King Nubbin.
Oh my gosh! Yes, this is a great event. I have been to it before, and to see the dogs, like how they react. Some of them just literally they strut their stuff, and then other ones they just kind of like lay down in the middle of the
I don't want to be here.
It's very cute.
Well, there's a new bus route for Augustana students to go on the Fifth Avenue businesses in downtown Moline.
Yeah. So I just had a meeting with MetroLink today. And the city of Moline and MetroLink is so fun to work with. They're awesome people, and they want to get stuff done. So this came together very, very quickly. We're finalizing the details, but loosely, don't get mad at me, MetroLink. It looks like a loop between Augie and then downtown Moline in the district. So it'll be one big loop. And so I think it's a great way. It's going to be late nights on Fridays and Saturdays. And I think it's just a super great thing for students to have a safe ride to and from campus.
I just love
safety,
that. Yes, absolutely. I just have to say I love that this is something that was important to you and important to the city of Moline. And I think it's really great. So even though there may still be some changes and things aren't finalized yet, I think it's awesome that you guys are working together and collaborating.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And for Bummer Birthday, that is our last night that Analog is open.
That's
After 10 years, our lease is up. We're closing it down. So come out to party one last time, and you can win a Donkey Kong arcade. All you have to do is buy some tokens, $10, and you get to enter as many times as you want. So if you want to come down,
that's a good deal. Well, for the Bummer City birthday event sign up or to check out a calendar of events, you can visit Bummer City on the web. You can also follow each Bummer City business on social media. Dan, as always, thanks so much for being here today, and thanks for bringing
for feeding us
this mac and cheese. It's delicious.
Yeah, thanks.
Go check it out.
Appreciate it. Well, still to come on QCL, growing our financial knowledge with some advice from an expert on auto liability insurance. Our financial moment with Heidi is next. When it comes to protecting yourself and others on the road, auto liability coverage is key. It's time now for our financial moment with Heidi, and today we are tackling part 2 in a series about car insurance. Heidi Hughes-Camp-Collins is joining us in the studio now. Heidi, welcome back.
Good to be here.
Thank you for being here today. Always good information. We won't totally go over part 1, of course, because people can just go to our website and they can click on the previous interview that we did and learn more about that. But You talked about the 3 buckets of liability insurance on that one, so that can be found on your policy if you want to take a look at that. And of course, the minimum insurance requirements for each state, Iowa and Illinois, correct, is what we focused on. So part 2, I like where you start with this. It is why we shouldn't just be buying our state's minimum amount of liability insurance.
Right. That is the legal amount you have to drive on the road.
Right.
But personalize it. That's what insurance is meant to do. It's supposed to be risk management. It's supposed to be managing the risk to your family. So what you really want to be aware of is you want to know what's going to protect the things that you own.
Yeah.
So your house, your car, your retirement account, your bank accounts, you want to protect that in case you hurt or injure somebody else or somebody's property. You want to be able to protect those things so those things don't go away in a lawsuit.
Right. Okay. So the minimum typically is not just going to cover those things.
Exactly right.
In a lot of cases. So net worth and how that factors into how much insurance you should buy. And I feel like you were kind of touching on that just now.
Right. So your net worth is what you own, and then you subtract from that what you owe. So with the formula, your house, your car, your retirement account, your bank accounts, you know, any collections or anything you have, minus your mortgage, the things you owe, your mortgage, your credit cards, your car loans. And then that number is your net worth, your personal net worth. That is the number that you go to your insurance agent and say, this is the amount of liability insurance I want to have.
Oh, okay.
To protect your net worth.
I don't think I've ever actually had anybody explain that to me before. That is, and that's, you know what, that's pretty easy, pretty simple to take to somebody, and just to make sure you're covered, you know.
Right.
At the end of the day. Okay, so let's talk about what can happen if you don't carry enough insurance, if you don't go through those steps.
If you don't protect your net worth, that total amount, what's going to happen if you injure someone or harm somebody else's property? You're going to be in a lawsuit. And if you get sued and the amount of it, let's just say that the lawsuit rewards the other person $200,000 and your insurance coverage is only for $100,000, guess what? That $100,000 has to be paid by you. So they will garnish your wages. They will keep your income tax returns.
Wow.
You know, think about that.
Yeah, that's frightening. Yeah, and nobody, you know, it goes without saying, but nobody ever thinks that they will find themselves in this position until, unfortunately, they do.
Right.
And so that's why I appreciate you coming on here and kind of talking about this stuff, because again, you touch on a lot of those subjects that I think we take for granted, in the sense that, oh, it's never going to be me. It's always going to be somebody else. I'm never going to find myself in that position. And unfortunately, this does happen to people all the time.
Every day.
They're not prepared for it.
Right.
So ultimately, kind of simplifying it, how does insurance help at the end of the day?
So if someone is sued, you know, taken to court because they either harmed another person or hurt someone's property, what will happen if you have enough insurance is your insurance company will hire a lawyer to represent you, pay for that, you know, lawyer. And then the insurance company will be the one paying the bill or paying the, you know, damages to the one who was hurt.
Okay. And then final question in this, which if your car insurance company, if they don't offer a high enough amount to protect your net worth, that sounds like a good problem to have in a lot of cases. But what do you do if you're one of those folks?
Absolutely. There is a type of policy you can get from an insurance, you know, producer. You know, if it's our company, you know, another insurance producer. It's called an umbrella policy, Megan.
Okay, I've heard of that.
And think of it, it's like an umbrella over you and your family, and it's protecting you for bigger amounts. So if you're, I'm just making this up, but say that your auto insurance has a limit of $50,000, and you know your net worth is $500, then what you'll do is you'll get an umbrella policy for $500. So the auto insurance pays up to $50,000, and then your umbrella policy pays the rest.
Covers the rest. Okay.
And that covers your net worth, because that's the most important thing at the end of the day, protecting what you have.
Yes, umbrella policy. Okay, well, thank you, Heidi. Heidi, as you know, can help with really practical advice just like this. She can also help advise you when it comes to some of your own personal major financial milestones. If you want to learn more, just visit her website, hhcinvestments.net. And of course, you can see all of our segments by visiting kwqc.com and clicking the link for Quad Cities Live. Heidi, thank you so much for being here today.
Great to be here.
Thanks. Thank you. Still to come in our second half hour, celebrating 10 years of success. Topscape Landscaping is here with a closer look at services from lawns to patios, even snow removal. And from vivid portraits to breathtaking details of everyday life, an exhibition at the Figge Art Museum brings the golden age of art to our community.
And it's been a very pleasant afternoon if you're a fan of the fall-like temperatures. We've got temperatures that have been in the 60s here overall today. We've got some clouds passing by here tonight with the potential for a little rain. We'll track that out for you and let you know how the weekend is shaping up, all coming up in your First Alert forecast.
Accurate and reliable. This is your First Alert forecast with meteorologist Kyle Keel.
Notice the flag there in Bettendorf with the sunny sky waving in the wind on the Everywhere Camera Network, showing those winds that are about 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting above 20 miles per hour at times. So a little breeze out there, just kind of adding to the chill. Normal lows should be in the upper 50s to near 60 degrees. This morning we were in the lower to middle 40s, so it was noticeably cooler as you stepped out the door earlier this morning. We've only managed to warm up into the upper 60s, 68 degrees right now in Moline. We've got that west wind at 14 miles per hour, humidity, relative humidity at 43% with that dew point at 45, so a very dry air mass in place. It's going to play a role in our chances of rain here heading into the overnight. Things are trending a little drier, not that it was a washout or expected to be a washout by any means, but we are tracking a cold front that will be moving into our area. The cold front that moved through yesterday is now well off to our east. It's produced some severe weather from New York all the way down into the Carolinas as well as Tennessee. Our next cold front here is off to our north and west. You can kind of see that spin with the area of low pressure. This is going to continue to dive off to the south and east here and get into our neck of the woods here as we head into the overnight hours. So I would say between 11 p.m. and maybe 2 a.m. That's when we have the chance for a few scattered showers. These are going to be very light in nature, very scattered. A lot of us will stay dry. Speaking of dry weather, that's what we can expect here this weekend. Behind that front, we'll see that reinforcing shot of some cool air. So temperatures upper 60s to near 70 with some really sunny skies. It's going to be really nice here as we head into the weekend. Now, as we look at exact track, we will notice that southerly wind tonight, so that coupled with the clouds and the chance for rain, temperatures will be warmer. As that rain moves in from the northwest, notice it's kind of drying out before it gets here, so just some scattered showers. Any rainfall amount should be around 1/10 of an inch or less. Again, most of us are going to stay dry. All of us stay dry for the most part here over the next 7 days. We'll start to warm up here as we head into early next week with a slight chance for rain by next Wednesday.
Well, today we are highlighting a local business that has been keeping your world beautiful for the past decade. From patios and fire pits to snow removal and landscape design, Topscape has become a go-to for homeowners and businesses alike. The owner, Giovanni Cedeno, is here to share how his passion has grown into a trusted business. Giovanni, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations. 10 years.
Yep.
We were just talking a little bit about this in the commercial break. Your 10-year anniversary. I said you don't look even old enough to be able to own a business that is celebrating a 10-year anniversary. So tell us about when you got started. You were, what, 21 years old?
Yeah, I was 21, and I started with like a 4x8 trailer and some mowers, and I saw an opportunity for like a low cost entry for a business.
Yes.
So yeah, that's how I got started, and we kind of have grown to close to $1 million company, so I would say
look at how you have evolved, you know, as a business. Talk about that work, that hard work that it takes to start where you started with a mower and a small trailer to being where you are right now and all the services that you can now offer?
I mean, I think it's really pretty simple. When you break it down, it's really just consistency, getting up and doing the same thing over and over and just not quitting. You know, they say like a winner is just someone that didn't quit.
Yeah.
And that's really
like
as simple as it is.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about what you think kind of sets you apart and sets your mission as a business apart, not just in general from other businesses, but you work one-on-one with your customers. Like, that's a big deal for you.
I would say, I mean, it's really about developing a relationship with your customer, making people trust you, obviously, to set yourself apart. To me, it's more than just a project. You know, I've developed relationships. I've been invited to cookouts. I've been inside people's homes. You know, so it's just nice to get the trust from someone and, you know, be able to make their dreams a reality.
Yeah, and I love that. I read that in the information that you provided. You know, you get invited to family parties and cookouts here and there.
They invite us. We want to go swimming in the pool. They tell me, like, my guys, even while they're working, like, if you guys get hot, you can get in the pool. I've had customers leave out like gazebos with chairs with snacks and coolers full of drinks. So people really take care of us. So in turn, I want to take care of them.
I love that. That is amazing. It's definitely about more than completing a job for you. One thing too, you've got great reviews. So we kind of live in a world where that can be a little scary for a business. You know, people are kind of like, they're behind a keyboard, behind a computer, and they don't have to give you the 5 stars or the great reviews, but you guys are getting those as a business. That's got to feel good.
It does. I mean, it's really about building a sustainable business. My dad always told me, as a man, you only have one thing, and that's your word, so I really try to stay true to that. If I tell you something, I mean, barring weather and stuff like that, if I tell you a project's going to be done in a certain time, I try to stick to that.
Well, that's good. Okay, so speaking of, let's talk about all the services that you can provide folks now, starting with the hardscape services. So what that's going to be like your patios and things like that?
Yeah, it's going to be everything from like patios, retaining walls, outdoor living spaces. We do pools. We do tons of stuff. So pretty much, if you can imagine it outside, we do it.
You can handle it. And then on top of that, there's landscaping services. So if somebody isn't necessarily ready for, you know, some of the photos that we're seeing right now, which by the way are beautifully done, you can help them with their landscape, their entire design, or just even maintenance. It doesn't have to be a big project.
So we do plant designs. We do simple like mulching a rock, and pretty much, like I said, anything outside, we do it. We're looking for large projects, but we do both.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're even getting into lighting services. This has become kind of a big thing. People really want, you know, their space, their outdoor space to be well lit.
It is. I mean, you spend all that money on an outdoor space, and when it's dark, you can't really see that. So adding light to it makes you be able to enjoy that for longer hours of the day, and then also it adds a little bit of security. You know, people want their house lit up. So yeah. So
this is something that Topscape is just starting to get involved in, or is this?
We've been doing it for a little while, but yeah, it's something that we've kind of integrated into the company.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So we hate to remind people of winter weather, of snow, but we are almost to fall at this point. We know winter weather will be on the way. We live here in the Midwest. Good news is Topscape can help folks with that, especially if you are a commercial type of property or a business. You can do like these big snow removal.
Yes. Typically what we're after is commercial properties for snow removal, because we already have such a full list. We generally carry everyone from the previous year to the next year.
Okay.
So yeah, most of my guys are busy in machines and stuff like that, so we don't really have a whole lot of time to do residentials unless they fit into our route that we already have established. Again, we don't have a whole lot of room for even commercial snow removal, just because, like I said, we are very full, but we're always accepting the correct ones in our vicinity.
Right. So if this is something that you are, as a business owner, you know, is looking for, definitely give you a call and see if it works out, because this is something that you also offer.
It is.
That is wonderful. Well, I appreciate you being on the show today. And you know, is there anything that you want folks to know just about you, your business, your team, as you guys celebrate 10 years?
I mean, really, just if you're looking for a company that has integrity and, you know, does a good job and delivers quality product, then we're the company for you.
Wonderful. Giovanni, thank you. And you can contact Topscape Landscaping at the phone number 309-749-7696. You can also learn more about their services by visiting Topscape online. Just head to topscapelandscaping.com. Once again, Giovanni, thanks for being here. We really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, just ahead on QCL, masterpieces from Europe's golden age are on display right here in the Quad Cities. Why this Figge Art Museum exhibition is a must-see. Next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
The Figge Art Museum is bringing world-class art to the Quad Cities with a new exhibition underway right now.
Yep, it is the Golden Age, featuring Northern European works from the collection of the National Gallery of Art.
Wow.
And it showcases masterpieces from one of the most celebrated periods in art history. Joining us today is Figge Co-Senior Curator Joshua Johnson. Joshua, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
yes, we are so happy to have you. I think this is such a cool story. So how did this all come together? How did this exhibition make its way from the National Gallery of Art to the Figge Art Museum?
Yeah, so this is part of the National Gallery of Art's Across the Nation initiative. So what they've done is selected 10 museums across the country to kind of share the wealth of the National Galleries through these exhibition loans for around 2 years. And it's also in conjunction with the 250th anniversary of the nation, so celebrating that cool. through these loans. And it's really been a great opportunity to kind of delve into the National Gallery archives and all their great resources there and bring them to the middle of the country in our case, or even to Anchorage, Alaska, where they have other loans too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so describe what more is so special about this collaboration.
Yeah, so what was great about this is they were really open to us selecting from a wide range of work. So they were interested in working with each museum to see which kind of loans would be the best fit for our particular region. And for the Figge in particular, because we already have this really deep Northern European Baroque collection, thanks to the initial gift of C.A. Figge, the kind of museum's founder, we thought it would be great to borrow works from their Northern European collection to kind of highlight this collection the Figge already has and showcase these great works from their collection.
Yes, and I love the way that you all have organized or kind of pieced this exhibition together. So you've organized it, and there are 4 themes, and that you've put them together, and they include those pieces that the Figge already has in its possession, and these ones that are on loan, so to speak. So can you talk a little bit about the themes and how you've separated them?
Sure. So there's several different themes. So we start with portraiture, really, which are some of the most kind of stunning works in the exhibition, and then you work your way back to religion and mythology as kind of a thematic section, and then looking at still lifes, and then genre scenes or scenes of kind of everyday life, as well as some kind of landscapes as well. So those are kind of how the exhibition's broken up, and it really kind of helps you think about these distinctions in these paintings the way the artists might have.
Yeah, and you're really making these exhibitions more immersive because you're including other items from the specific period of the artwork.
Yeah, so one of the things that we wanted to do as we're kind of focusing on, and especially the portraits, was a look at a lot of the clothing that's there. So we'll be actually bringing next month a fashion historian is going to be talking about some of these works. So that's going to be very exciting to talk about the specifics of the lace and the cloth and just how sumptuous a lot of these portraits really are.
Yes, that'll be a lot of fun to take part in. I always like to talk to you about what you either think are your favorite pieces to go see or the must-see pieces. And so you have a couple of them.
Yeah.
So tell us what we can't miss in this exhibition.
So one of my favorites is the Wounded Dorinda by Louis Vallet, and it's kind of a Baroque era soap opera in a painting, which is kind of fantastic. And you can actually see it here right now. So in this painting, she is in the midst of having just been shot by an arrow by her would-be lover Silvio, who has been hunting, and she decided it'd be a great idea that even though he's completely disinterested, she would stalk him in the cloak of a wolf, which isn't a great idea if someone's hunting. And so he shoots her, and then she realizes she's not that badly injured and that she forgives him, and they get married later that day.
These are the days of our lives.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
True drama.
It couldn't be more dramatic or ridiculous. Yeah.
And this other one that we're showcasing right now, first of all, I love the way that this photo is taken.
It's very cool, yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. And you can see a lot of the pieces in it as well.
Yeah, and these are 2 of the great portraits that are at the front of the exhibition. The one on the left is particularly interesting. It's one of the loans from the National Gallery. This is by Anthony van Dyck, the famous Flemish portraitist that was at the court of Charles I in England. And this is Lady Aubigny, or Catherine Howard, and she is actually one of these courtiers that actually helped Charles I when he was kind of fleeing during the English Civil War, and she's like slipping secret letters to him in London when she's there, and ends up on the run, ends up in the Tower of London.
I love this story.
I know that each piece has a story, and I love it. Yeah.
We just have one more minute with you.
Of course.
So I really want to get to something because it's a really cool opportunity, and it is happening tonight.
Oh,
so
yes.
we have our Thursdays at the Figgy, which is a great evening opportunity where there's free admission, and we can hear curators, 2 of them, correct?
Yes.
Speaking about this exhibition.
Yeah, Andrew Sears and Alexandra Libby are coming tonight from the National Gallery to talk about the works that are on loan right now. And it's going to be a great opportunity to dive deep into what the meanings of all these paintings are.
Yeah, this is an awesome opportunity again, 6 to 8 p.m. I believe they'll start speaking at about 6 p.m.
Yep.
Ultimately, Joshua, what do you want people to take away from this exhibition?
I want people to take away a real sense of awe. I mean, this is the Baroque era, right? This is as dramatic as it gets. So really you walk in there and you're going to be impacted by these paintings that were meant for dukes and kings and princes, and now here they are in Iowa, and we get the privilege of seeing them.
Lucky for us.
You get to see
yes.
them.
Yeah, that's exciting for all of us here in the Quad Cities, that's for sure.
Absolutely is.
Yes.
Well, if you want to purchase tickets to see this exhibition, the Golden Age exhibition, or learn more about other exhibitions currently at or coming to the Figgy, visit figgyartmuseum.org. And a reminder, admission to the Figgy is free on Thursdays from 5 to 8 p.m. as part of Thursdays at the Figgy. So if you want to hear these curators speak, tonight is the time to do it. Joshua, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. Thanks, Joshua. Always great to have you. Well, coming up next, our Throwback Thursday segment. We'll take you back a few years and even a few decades. We'll see you after the break.
It is time now for our Throwback Thursday segment.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know a little bit about yours.
Yeah, so I'm throwing it back to 2018. This happened.
Really cool.
Yeah, this happened 7 years ago yesterday. I saw my first tornado.
Wow.
Went on a tornado chase, and it was a day that I was not planning on doing it. Earlier that morning, it was my day off. I was working weekends up in Waterloo. It was my day off. It was a Monday. We had some flash flooding happen, and so my work was like, hey, if you could just go do like a Facebook Live in Cedar Falls, call it good. I called him back and I'm like, hey, do you need me to stay just in case there's any severe weather? Like, no, it's a low end day. I think you're good. You can go. Because my girlfriend, who's now my wife, at the time she lived in Cedar Rapids, which is about an hour away. So I drove down there, and no sooner did I get there, my phone goes off of a tornado warning. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So I look down and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like 15 miles away. And so I asked, I mean, we were very new into dating. And so I asked her, I'm like, do you want to go storm chasing? And she's like, sure. So we packed our dogs up in my car. And I was actually standing on top of my car when I took the photo of the tornado. And I was on the phone doing a phoner with my station because they were obviously wall to wall.
It is so like you to be working too on your day.
I know, right? I know. So that, yeah, we took a photo to mark the moment there. But yeah, it was an EF1 tornado. Didn't do much damage. Did some damage to the crops there. A couple of trees down as well, but luckily no injuries. But yeah, that was my.
Your Throwback Thursdays are so good.
Yeah, I've tried storm chasing a couple other times, but have been unsuccessful in finding a tornado. But this is a story I love to tell, and we'll remember forever. That's for sure. Yeah.
Wow. A storm chaser, Kyle, and Rosalie.
So I've got the years, so you've got the decades.
I certainly do.
Yeah, we're going back.
Yeah, we're going way back. Maybe 1990. I would have been like 5 years old.
Is that Darby?
That's Morgan.
That looks like Darby.
You think it does?
I truly do, yeah.
Okay, well that's me at Disney World when I was little, and my mom took me there, and I wouldn't stand next to any of the characters or anything because I was afraid of them.
Yeah,
like being there.
Like that's a common
it's
fear.
Like seeing your hero.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't want to. So the only one I would do is the mice from Cinderella.
Yes.
So that's like the only photo I have for the character, and
to me that would be more scary.
Apparently I love them. I mean, they were so
yes,
cute.
They are cute. Yeah.
So we're trying to plan a little Disney World trip for Darbs, so that's why I looked back and I was like, I wonder if I can find any photos of me, and I found this one that my mom had sent me.
How cute!
So hopefully she'll get to meet more characters. She's bolder than I am, and we all
will see.
We
Maybe
all
she'll
that.
actually get to see Cinderella and take a picture with her.
I hope so.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you so much for watching.
Your news at 4 with Sharon is coming up next.